Oh, yo, what's up? This is the Life Regenerator, baby. Dan the Man here with a heart full of love for you. And I just thought it would be a great opportunity for me to connect with you. It's been a while. There's several reasons. One of the main reasons is that I was on the road for God knows how long. I don't even know. It's all been a mishmash because I've been waking up at like 6 in the morning, like making the juice, getting the truck ready, hit the road again, sometimes leave at 7, 8, at the latest 9, and then drive all day to 7, 8, or 9 o'clock again. So that's with a couple of 1 or 2 hour breaks here and there to hit the rebounder. We went out in the desert a couple times and laid out in the sun, you know, but it was a lot of driving because I drove from Santa Rosa to Seattle to see my children, and then I went and saw my brothers and my best friends and my dad, and then I drove all the way back to Oakland, picked up Sophia, and who's my girlfriend, and then she's really cool too. And then I went to see my mom. I went to see Barry. I got a video from him. I want to put that up because he wants to share with you guys about, he's doing counseling now, and he just wanted to share a recipe. And I love Clementine and Barry. I love what they're doing. I love Barry's fruit. I bought a box of oranges, 2 boxes of cherimoyas, and we've had a few cherimoya parties, and the Valencia oranges from Barry were just off the charts. And I've just been eating mostly fruit, and fruit does give you a lot of energy and it's clarity. It's easy to digest. It's just hard though as that energy expands. You got to deal with a lot of stuff, you know. That's the thing about the raw foods and the fruitarianism and just the detoxification in general. No matter what level you're at, there's so many different stratospheres, and I just keep evolving slowly but surely. It's like 12 years later, I feel like I'm finally beginning to get into the true detox. And that's what's interesting from these videos, is that like we're doing the detox class today, and you know, Robert Morse, he's worked for 40 years detoxifying people at every level, and there's no incurable disease. There's just a world full of incurable people because it's very, very challenging to go down this road, particularly in this world. But it is a wild ride, and you've got to deal with a lot of stuff. As your stuff comes up, you've got to look at it, process it, and let it go. And it's not that comfortable. It's just so much easier to go get a couple slices of pizza and drink a beer and go home in a coma. And you think you're awake, but you're really in a heavy kind of a wheat, cheese, beer kind of a coma in that way. And you're just sort of not as exactly as aware as you could be, I think, in certain ways. I'm not going to generalize and judge anyone or anything like that, but I'm just saying when you eat the fruit and get the electricity going through your whole system. But there was something I've been kind of wanting to clear up. I'm just going to take as much time as I need to connect with you today. I'm not going to think about the short videos or how quick I need to be or talking really fast or anything like that, because some of those videos I need to do that, to cram in a lot of really cool stuff. My point is, I'm going to come back from that tangent, and that is that, no, people say, Dan, aren't you detoxed enough? You're skinny. Like that's the goal, is to be skinny and not fat. No, that's not the goal. The goal is to completely detoxify and regenerate yourself to the deepest levels possible that your genetics will allow, that your constitution will allow, that your limited amount of time on the planet will allow, that your environment will allow, that your karma will allow, if you will. I mean, there's so many different factors. But the thing about the Dan the Man here is that he is just going for it as best as he can, while simultaneously trying to stay balanced and honor the things in this world, but while really being, you know, having like a religious fervor about this detoxification. And it's what's interesting is that, you know, Robert Morse understands me, and a lot of the people at the class here, there's maybe like, I don't know, 120 people in the class. I'm sure like at least 100 of them or more know who Dan the Man is and are big friends and fans. I'm calling them fans now because I realize that the rock star thing does kind of work for me, you know. It's because I make something that's not really cool, I make it cool, because to me it is really cool. Like when you get fresh oranges from my friend Barry and you get cherimoya parties and you feel bad, and you're not having that great of a day, and then you and your girlfriend go lay on a blanket during break time and bust out some cherimoyas, and you eat those cherimoyas, and they really like take you to the next level, you say, oh, thank you, Mother, thank you, Father, for so much blessings. But anyways, the whole detox thing and the regeneration thing, I mean, how far can you go? Well, I don't know. I'll let you know when I get there. And if I don't come back someday, you'll know. He must have got there, yeah. And the ones that don't understand will be, oh, I'm so sad Dan is gone. The ones that do understand will be like, yes, he made it. You know, you don't think about death in the way that this world thinks about death. There is no death. You leave the body behind, whatever. But you have to allow your destiny, like I said in the last video, to pull you forward. And that's kind of the theme of what's going on with me right now. Like, I'm just letting this religious fervor destiny pull me without letting any of the massive amounts of critical minds that would come in the guise of comments. Because the critical minds, like, I don't have a critical mind. I don't care what you do. I don't care what anyone does. I don't care what the tree does. I don't care what God does. I don't even care what I do. I'm not even involved in the whole process. And at a higher level of awareness, you see, it's the fields, the local field, the non-local field, the infinite field, and all those fields create phenomenon. And here you are. But you are a human being with this willingness. You have this willingness to be open to the process and the involvement of the fields, or you can resist the destiny or the evolution of consciousness. You can resist the evolution of consciousness and deny it and stay asleep, or you can do the wonderful and yet sometimes challenging task of waking up. I have chosen to wake up, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to say like, yo, y'all, this is what it is. I'm waking up and it's cool. It's the cool biz. It's the shizniz. You know what I'm saying? So get a griznip and just go for it, baby. Like slanging it up, and so that young people can dig it, and being tasteful and respectful so that the seasoned citizens can dig it. So everybody can just dig it. Because I'm here for everybody. Ages 0 in utero, before you're even born, to help the moms to eat better nutrition, food, vibration, high vibration thoughts, high vibration heart, high vibration food, higher vibration, more expanded. I'm here to help the 0 years old to 165 years old to get rid of whatever arthritis, because too much uric acid. So we're alkalizing and we're detoxifying and regenerating. And it's like I've been on YouTube for 3 years. 2 days ago was the 3-year anniversary of the YouTube video. Scruffy-haired kid out there with a coconut. What's going on, dude? Here's your coconut. Camera angles all weird. And look at what we've done here so far. And now we have a real chance. I have a feeling that this thing is just about to explode, because I'm coming correct. Because everybody knows that it would be a great idea to eat more fruits and drink the leafy green juices as the medicines for mankind. Anatomically correct, you know, physiologically appropriate food consumption, which is living, raw, cellular, animating type foods. I mean, fruit vibrates the highest. Herbs strengthen and regenerate cells due to the tissue-specific consciousness of those plants. We'll get more into all this stuff. The main thing is that you just want to get more energy with your life. Do you want to have more energy or less? Everybody who wants more energy, raise your hand. Okay, I think about, okay, who wants less energy? Does anyone else want to feel worse tomorrow? Oh, I think about hardly nobody out there, 1 or 2 crazy people that are off their meds, raise their hand when I said you want to feel worse. Everybody wants to feel better and have more energy. But can you do the work to release the obstructions to the flow of your divine self? You're going to have to look at some stuff. It may not be pleasant, but do the work anyways. I'm going to get into it and do the work. And you know, it can be very challenging because it's a sacred thing. Like, it's a sacred path. And sharing it on YouTube can be quite a challenge, let me tell you, because you are thinking to yourself, you're doing this because this is your sacred, holy path the path of regeneration through the foods. There's not just one right way to become spiritually illuminated so that you can just be a benefit. You already know what you are. You already know that you're divinity itself. Everything is the divinity. It already is that, you know? It doesn't separate itself. It's all unity and perfection. But then there's the human mind, and that just gets in the way. So thoughts can be a major obstruction, but we don't even get that far. Why? Because we never even did get the obstructions out of the human protoplasm, which would allow the mind to function through the physiology, through like clean blood, which comes through as energetics, clean lymphatic system, which comes through as energetics, a powerful, strong nervous system from the brain and the glandular system, the chakra system in more subtle terminology or different Eastern philosophies and whatnot. I mean, you can educate yourself on Western medicine and understand endocrinology. You can also study the chakras, both of which I've done, and then you begin to put together a program for the endocrinology and how that relates to the chakra system. But you're just really trying to open up to the divine light and allow it to flow through you, and then just to be love. I mean, there's so much love coming at me at this class, because these are all people that are regular viewers, have all been turned on to the raw foods and a better way of life. I talked to this great guy today. He just was on drugs and was having a bad life. You know what he typed in? There was this video I did a while back that was sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what he typed in the Google search bar? Sick and tired of being sick and tired. And somebody Googled that and came up on the Life Regenerator videos and went sober and changed their life. And the dude looks more beautiful than I do. I go through so much BS, I can't get it together for the life of me. I'm beat up. But, you know, it's all good. And you know, I'm just saying he looks beautiful. You know, radiantly beautiful young man. And and so I'm honored to be of service in that way. It's like, you know, it's like, you know, I mean, you can't even understand what it's like to have all these people to, you know, appreciate you, because it's not me doing it. I'm just a sharer of information. But it's because I have loved it for so long. Since the moment that I found out about raw foods, it brought me back to where I left off in my past life, trying to get this thing and handle the senses. And believe me, it's probably more than likely I got a long way to go, but I'm going to keep my vision on the total regeneration. And right now I feel like the fruits and the herbs is great. I'm definitely looking forward to another water fast. I won't be sharing water fasting anymore. I got to a point where God said, boom, do not share this anymore. This is way too sacred. This is you and me, not you and me and 5 or 10,000 YouTubers, all with an opinion. And most have, I've never met anybody who's studied the fasting as much as I have. I know people that have done longer fasts than I have, for sure, but I've never met anybody. And you can say this is arrogance or not, but believe me, I never knew anybody that read every single fasting book they could ever find, even the old archive ones, and read them several times over and over again while doing short water fasts, you know. And I learned a lot about water fasting, and I'm going to set myself up a retreat, and I am going to build a sanctuary for myself to heal myself, because I'm always here, there, everywhere, and I can't get any consistency going in my life. And I go to these stressful environments where people are not exactly aligned up with divinity. And I need that divine energy, because you need that divine energy as a healing energy. There's no doubt about that. And you get there when you get there, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's all about the divinity. It's all about the unconditional love, and it's all about the presence of the Most High Holy Light. You know, I reference that as God. I don't stand up here and champion, and I'm never going to cram anything down your throat. Some people want me to do that. Dan, just cram your God beliefs down everyone's throat. No, I won't do that, because there's only one type of person that makes me sick, and that's the people that are clinging to their belief systems with their fingernails and trying to shove it down my throat because they don't have any faith in it. I don't care if you believe in anything I say or not. I believe what I believe, and I don't even believe that, because it doesn't even really matter, because I don't even trust my own mind, because it's just a thinker. You know what I'm saying? The mind is just a thinker. It's all random. I want to get to the place where there's nothing there. except pure consciousness, faith, and divine presence. So just to be awake now and observe without, criticism or judgment, and just and stare at the wonder and awe at the beauty of life. But for now, the destiny is, okay, make YouTube videos, dude. Make it cool, because these people out here in this world, they need to know what you know, and they need to get as excited about you. I don't know anyone that's going to get as excited about raw foods and herbs as I am. I'm going to go down this road until I get it. Like a YouTube song. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Okay? And, some of the great teachers and mentors and friends and colleagues that I have, great masters, they understand me. Because they had the same thing too. It just tugged on their heart, and they went off and did their thing. And whatever modality that they used, I'm waiting on the information. But it's using me right now, and I have to honor that. I may not ever get to arrive at my dream, which is the ultimate regeneration and the complete healing, but it doesn't really matter. I think that what matters most right now is that this universe is using me, and I say, Lord, use me as a divine antenna. And no, I will not stop the religious stuff. Some people stay with the food. The food's only going to take you so far. If you eat clean raw foods, fruits and vegetables long enough, and you leave out the grains and the cooked dead food, your mind will wake up to the divinity of that tree I'm staring at right now, and you will see the presence and the power of life. And that is what God is. So like I said, I'm not going to cram it down your throats. If you're an atheist or an agnostic or any religion, I have utter and total respect for you, because it's the light of life inside of you that I care about. And you don't even have to care about that. You don't have to know that that light of life is in you. I don't see how you couldn't, because you're alive and breathing, and you think you're doing it, but it's actually doing it. It's doing you. And that's the cool thing about being human. But I have the utmost respect for all of creation, and I will love everything, and I will not ever be against anything. I mean, you got to ask yourself, if you're a religious person or not, or whatever, you could say, is the universe against itself? What part of the universe is against itself? Or, another way to say it is, God is not anti-anything. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what my teacher, Dr. Hawkins, told me. And when I heard that, I was like, ka-swing, like double light bulb factor went on in my head. I was like, oh my God. I said that, I can't even tell you that day, it was like somebody lifted like a 500-pound sack of potatoes off my back. God is not anti-anything. I was like, oh, you dummy? Now you got it? And it was like, oh, thank God. And then I didn't have to be against anything anymore. And that day was a profound shift. Now I'm just like, and I've been perfecting that. Not even with my own little personal problems, I don't like this. This is unpleasant. I still just watch that and go, oh, Danny boy, is it unpleasant? Oh, keep your peace. It's okay. Because you're going to fight the ego till it dissipates. And I'm willing to totally relinquish it if that's my destiny, what I'm saying? But for now, it's the ego that pushes the red button. When I get into the real, more expanded spiritual states, there's nobody to push the red button. That's kind of what happened for a couple weeks. There was no Dan here to push the red button. You know what I'm saying? I had to come back down and sort of restructure a lot of things within myself and say, dude, you got a cool thing here. It's doing me. So I'm making videos because I love people, and love loves to love. You know what I'm saying? So the love that is within has built the Dan up, and I believe that people would do incredibly well to find high quality fruits and begin the process of consuming those mucusless foods that are actually cellular enhancement, energetic enhancement, vitality and regeneration. Because you can get beautiful. I see it every day, all the time. These people are, you should see the people at this class. I mean, the skin, the health, the eyeballs of these people are just filled with life. And I just see the transformations, but I also see people going through the work. I also see the people's struggles, you know what I mean? Because this is like, they're looking at that cashew cheese coconut burger, and they're like, they love that fat. But they know that fat is really it's too much, the nuts, and it doesn't regenerate. And you can do it, but you're talking about the regeneration is always going to come from the fruits and the herbs. Those are the high-powered, energetic, electrical, vibrational foods. It's all about energy. So, I want you to have your energy and your love and your life, and I just want to share what I do here because I'm into it. I'm into it to win it. And the long-term effects of the continuation of the path of regeneration, which isn't just about food, but it's about the whole being transformation. And everybody raised their hand when I said you want more energy. And that more energy is going to come from more consciousness, because consciousness is pure energy. And, you can just, it's all what I'm saying here is common sense. You you don't have to have a PhD. And what you want to do is transcend science. You want to go beyond science. You want to go beyond linear duality and thinkingness, because people are thinking all the time, but thoughts are just an obstruction to the pure awareness. So I'm just sitting in these classes and driving along the road and having conversations while simultaneously surrendering everything all the time, constantly to the divine presence within, so that there can be an empty spaciousness and the vessel can be used. So basically what Dan does as an ego is gets on his knees and he prays and says, "Dear Lord, please use me as a divine antenna for your work so that people can be affected in a more expansive, loving, peaceful way, bringing those qualities which I believe which are part of nature and the elevated and expanded levels of consciousness down to the planet." So I just want to be like, if my life could be anything, I would hope that it would be just an opening for other people to experience the changes that I've experienced through this path. Which, if I look back, I'm like a totally different person. And everyone that gets on the raw foods becomes a totally different person. And when you get to levels of like super high raw foodism, I don't think there's anybody that really ever does perfect, because this world is insane, dude. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to be easy on yourself, but you got to do the best you can. If you can get away and get up to the levels of fruitarianism and really get cleaned out, but then you back off a little bit, and then you hit it hard again, and you back off a little bit, and the herbs are extremely helpful. Fresh herbs are the best, but the tinctures from Robert Morris, they really work for people with, every kind of issue, because it strengthens cells individually. I'll make a video about that later. I love the herbs. I get people so cleaned up so fast. I see the profound implications of herbs, which work at the level of the cells and the consciousness of plants that interact with cells due to enzyme activity, allowing metabolic functions to take place that would not be able to take place if those herbs were not present. So it's really about connecting back to the earth, and also connecting with those around you, and surrendering those times that are unpleasant as the energy is rising and you're seeing new things about yourself that have always been in there, and releasing those things. And I never said it was going to be easy. It is simple. Fruits and herbs. That's what you eat. Why? Because it feeds the cells while removing the occlusions energetically. And I'm talking about, physiology and anatomy, as well as spiritually, the more subtle bodies as well. It's all one release. So if you can keep releasing and releasing and releasing, you can continue to expand and expand and expand into higher levels of awareness. In turn, you bring up the ocean of consciousness, and all the ships at sea, which are your brothers and sisters, will be elevated right along with you. But if you tried to go and pick up a ship by yourself, you couldn't do it. But if through your own willingness to allow consciousness to expand in you on this human experience, with this rock spinning through space, you can raise the ocean of consciousness, therefore lifting all the ships easily and effortlessly, simply by allowing what's already within you to arise, and then observing the release of the obstructions to the flow of your divine energy. You've heard me say it before. I really enjoyed making this video. I let go. I wasn't time pressured. I could sit here and rap with you forever. Let me know if you want me to rap on some of these. I'll do a video like this a couple times a week if you want. It feels really good to me. I don't think anyone out there can even begin to understand how much I appreciate you. How much I appreciate all the people that came to the class. Now obviously I can only spend 2 to 5 minutes with each person. Otherwise my whole day would be spent talking to people and I wouldn't have any space. Today was particularly taxing mentally because people have a lot of stories they want to tell me and things they want to share and how I help change their life, but I've been going into this place where I don't even really want to think my own thoughts, so I'm surrendering my own thoughts simultaneously while picking up and trying to focus on people. You have to bring your energy back into your eyes and focus on them and listen, because that's kind of respectful, but otherwise I'm quite aloof and I just kind of go off and like, I don't really even want to have my own thoughts. They're just repetitious insanity, if you ask me. But I'll continue to do the meditation, contemplation, release, letting go of everything. I mean everything. Until the whole thing just comes in and fills me up. So if you like these positive messages, thank you very much. I will have recipes. I will have instruction on how you can regenerate your body physically. I know some people are here just for the physical health and could care less about the expansion of consciousness. Some people are here just for the expansion of consciousness and couldn't really give two rips about the health. Some people are here because they're just little kids and they think Dan the Man's a rock star. Some people, I'm their only friend that's positive in the whole world. You know what I mean? And I'm positive. I believe. I believe like no one you ever knew. I just believe. It's all good. And all fear is an illusion. And you just have fun with your life. And you just be courageous and you just be strong, and I will be here to support you as best as I can through these videos, because it is really, truly an honor to be of service. Generosity, abundance, love, health, wisdom, and peace. Can you dig it, baby? Don't forget the pillars. Work on those today or tomorrow when you get up. Radiant health. Go for it. Fruits and herbs. Unconditional love. Love yourself, love others, whatever you got to do first. For me, it was loving others first. Then I had to find how to learn to love myself, and that allowed me to love others better. And then I began to really pray and be open to the divine wisdom, to the opening of the intuition, through the guidance system. Not what are these people doing, what did this mentor do, what did this spiritual master do, but what does Dan need to do to fulfill his contract or his destiny. So listening up and being my own person. And in the end, just constantly coming back to peace. Peace, 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 peace. May the angel of peace be always everywhere, you know? So without peace, it's like a storm. And you don't want to be stuck in a hurricane all the time, you know what I mean? You want to calm the waters, calm the winds. And even when the world is going crazy, the whole thing's going to hell in a handbasket, World War III, whatever, you can be at peace. It's the silent and infinite field that is your true nature. It's infinite, it's silence, it's always there. Okay? I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that you're blessed beyond measure like I am. To be blessed with this room, to have a super cool girlfriend that teaches me every day, to have great friends that sit next to me at the class and help me and love me, and I help them and I love them. To be grateful, gratitude. You know, I know this one's dragging on, but I think the true fans, which are the ones that I really care about, those are the people that are going to dig this video. And those are the people that I'm all about. I'm all about you that just dig this whole video from beginning to end. I gotta go now and I gotta do my little spiel. Subscribe to these videos. And then sign up for my Insiders Club, where I haven't sent a video, but I'll do something cool and real special for you guys real soon. I've been so busy, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, pulling my hair out, kind of busy. So this was my first chance to finally sit down and connect. And did you know that you are my psychotherapist? thank you all very much. It is my hope that I can continue to do these videos until the whole world is one big ball of peaceful, loving energy. And I will continue to do so until it is that. And if it never becomes that, then I will continue to make videos. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodbye. Epic. I don't want to let you go. This has been the best time I've had in a while. Thank you so much for being here right now. It just means the world to me. I could never explain to you how much I appreciate you. You'll never know.